Hey guys, today I'll be showing you my Mathmech deck profile for November of 2019. This is the first time I'm using a recording process to do a video, plus I'm using a microphone that I have. I'm using my headphones of gaming. Apparently, I can use them in my videos, and I know that's. So yeah, this is the first time I'm gonna be doing this. Bear with me. This is the first time I'm doing this. So yeah. Note to self, I am making a live, an actual version of this in live, but the problem is I do not have the sign-in minings. I don't have addition. Apparently, I didn't pull any additions in my box, in the booster packs that I got, and I didn't got, Albre. I don't know how to pronounce that name, I always call him Algebraic for algebra, and then I got, Lamplancia, that's how you say it? I call him Longitude. Because all the Mathmechs are basically the math symbols or a math term, like algebra. I call them algebra, but it's not algebra, but I call them algebra. Laplacian, I don't know how to say this. I call them longitude. Then we got yeah, guys. I will make an actual deck profile for them in real life and show you the real. But this is the version that I have here in Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro. In a sense that like 50%, no, not 50, I think like 60%, 70%, I have all these cards. The only ones that I don't have is the sign and mining and this guy, and the additions. So yeah, let's get into the deck profile, shall we? So let's start with the Mathmechs. Okay, so we're running 3 copies of Division. Division, it's a really good card. So you can tribute one side monster you control in the extra monster, so special summon up to 1 level 4 Cybers monster each from your hand or graveyard. If this card sent to the graveyard, you can target one face-up monster in the field. Its attack become half until the end of this turn. So it's pretty cool. Like, these Mathmechs have a very powerful strategic form using the extra monster zone and not using the extra monster zone. Plus, when all these guys are sent to the graveyard, they have an ability to basically give you attack points, double it, make your monster attack again, or many other things, which is pretty cool. I like these guys. I'm still, liking, loving these guys. Then we got Mathmech Sigma, 3 copies of him. If you control no monster in your extra monster zone while this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can special summon this card, but it's banished when it leaves the field. You cannot special summon any monsters from your extra deck except for Cybers. You can only use this effect once per turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard as a synchro material, you can treat this as a non-tuner monster. Which is pretty cool. So literally, if you have the other tuner monster, this can be treated as a non-tuner monster, which is pretty nice. So yeah, 3 copies of Sigma. Then we got 3 copies of Mathmech in the Ball. This is your other tuner monster, which is my personal favorite. Even though Sigma is a really good card, but it has the banish it when it leaves. This is another great card. You can tribute 1 Cyber monster, special summon 1 Mathmech monster from your deck. If this card sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 Cybers monster you control. And the extra monster, it can make up to 2 attacks on the monster during each battle phase. Pretty nice, I gotta say. And he's a level 4, meaning that you can summon another Mathmech and you can synchro summon immediately like that. Which is nice, I gotta say, which is nice. Then we got 3 copies of Mathmech Subtraction. Now this is another great card I love. So it reads, you can target 1 face-up monster on the field. You cannot special summon monsters except for from the extra except for Cybers monsters. Also, you can special summon this card from your hand, but it cannot attack this turn. If you do, you can target a monster on the field, loses 1,000 attack until the end of this turn. So easily, if your opponent has a monster on the field, you can activate its effect, target that monster, loses 1,000, and you got a free special summon right there. That's it. Then we got 3 copies of Addition. Now, Addition is another great monster as well. It's the same thing as Subtraction, but this one is that it gains 1,000 of attack points of that monster. So easily, you use Addition to target one of your monsters, give it that 1,000 and use it for, and then you can special summon him, and you got 2 monsters for free, or even more monsters depending on how you play the combination of them, which is nice. And you can easily go to synchro summon or an exceed play or whatever link summoning you want, which I gotta say is pretty nice. Then we got 3 copies of Mathmech Multiplication. He's one of the better ones. You can target 1 Cyrus monster you control. its level becomes 8 until the end of this turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one status monster in your extra monster zone. It attacks becomes double of its original attack, which is really cool. So easily this makes your synchro monster, the big boss monster, double its attack and become much powerful. So easily enough, you use Nabal's effect to tribute any of your any of your Mathmech monsters to bring out multiplication. So you can synchro, so you can turn multiplication or Nabal into a level 8. You synchro summon them and to bring out your big boss fight, which is pretty nice. I gotta say, I like it. Then your other cyber monster, we're playing 3 copies of Balancer Lord. Balancer Lord is essential in this deck because yes, you have like 2 or 3 special summons in this deck, but Division, Nabal, and Multiplication, they have to be normal summoned. They cannot be special summoned that easily. Balance of Lord is just amazing because you can just normal summon, get pay 1,000, you get an additional normal summon, which is pretty nice. And then if this card is Spanish, you can special summon a level 4 lower side monster from your hand to the field, which is all these monsters are level 4s, which is pretty nice. So you can do a lot of XP plays. Sorry. And not for the non Cybers or slash Mathmech monster, we got 3 copies of Ash Blossoms. Yeah, I know people don't like this, but you know, it's a good card. Then 2 copies of Gamma Seal because if your opponent has a big board, you can just tribute it and special summon the Gamma Seal, and you can just OTK your opponent because you use Subtractions effect to lower its attack to 1,200, and you can easily kill them that easily. So that's pretty much it. So for the spells, we got 3 copies of Sign and Mining. If you don't have Sign and Mining, the budget version is 3 Sign and Backdoors. I love and hate this card because of what it does. You have to like target one of these Mathmech monsters, and you have to find the lowest one. So for Division, you can special summon Nabal, Multiplication, and that's pretty much it. And a lot of them are not that strong because if these guys are 1,000s, you can only special summon Multiplication. If it's very much he's the strongest, so he can special summon the other ones, because it's half of its whose attack is lower than that monster's original attack. So Division will special summon the other one, add to the other ones, and then the other ones can special summon again Multiplication. But this is way better because you can send 1 card from your hand, and you can send any of the Mathmech monsters, and they will activate their effects, which is pretty nice. I did try Foolish Burial with this, and it does not work. And it's much better with Sign and Mining because you have a Mathmech on the field. 3 copies of Call by the Grave, because you just banish anything we want, and just negate any hand traps. 2 copies of Mathmech Equation. This is your monster reborn for the Mathmechs, which is pretty nice. I gotta say, I love this card, but it breaks when it's at 3, so 2 is enough overall. Then we got 2 copies of Pawn of Desire, so we can banish and add draw 2s. It doesn't matter if you banish any of these cards. You have so many plotheras of Mathmechs in general, so you can easily get any of the Mathmechs, even that. Then we 1 copy of Golden Sarcophagus, so we can banish Balancer Lord, and 1 copy of Monster Reborn because it becomes the 3rd Mathmech Equation. Why is that? Because this is not once per turn. That's the great thing. Now for the traps, we want 1 Mathmech Super Factorial. Factorial is really good. So it says you can target up to 3 Mathmech monsters in your graveyard with different names, then activate one of these effects. So this easily, if your opponent destroys your board, you can activate this card immediately. So you can activate one of these effects. Excuse me. Effect number 1. You can special summon them, but their effects are negated. You can immediately synchro summon using those monsters and shuffle the materials back into the deck instead of sending them into the graveyard. This is a great recursion, so basically you can shuffle back your materials back to the deck and special summon the synchro monster. The downside of this effect, you have to have Nabal or Sigma in the graveyard because they're the tuner monsters. Or you can use Ash Blossom Joy Spring, but she is not a Mathmech. Remember, she's not a Mathmech. She is a tuner, but she's not a Mathmech. The next effect is that you can special summon them if their effects are negated, and then you can immediately after this effect resolves, you can XC summon 1 Mathmech XC monster from monster using only those monsters as well. So this as well can make you go to the XC monsters, which is pretty nice. They do not do that much, the XC monsters. The much that you want is just the synchro monster. But the XCs are really good in your turn, not in your opponent's turn. It's pretty nice. Then I run one copy of Mathmech Induction. I actually like this trap card. All Cyrus monsters you control gains 500 of attack. If you control a Mathmech monster, you can send this face-up card to the graveyard. Then you can try one card your opponent controls, destroy it. Now, I've been going back and forth with this card to run it at 1, to run it at 2, to run it at 3, because it's really good and I love it. So what I did, I'm going to be running it at 1. So we can have more of the spells here. Now, for the extra deck, we're running one Link Kuriboh. I'll get to have for that. One Link Devoter and one Link Disciple. If you guys don't know these guys, you can easily link summon with these guys and you get some really cool ideas. So, Link Disciple, you can trigger one monster this card points to, draw a card. And Link Devoter, if this card is special summon for the rest of the turn, you cannot link summon Link 3 or higher monsters. If this card is co-linked, you can if it's tribute, you can special summon out to 2 tokens that are they're level they're light siren monsters in level 1, so easily you can go to a Link Kuriboh, which is really nice. Then we got Cyber's Wicked. This is actually another great card. This requires 2 siren monsters. This link summon card cannot be destroyed by battle by card effects. This is really good because a lot of people, yeah, you're gonna attack it, but it's not destroying nothing, and you have those arrows for free. If a monster special summon to this zone, this card points to you can while you control this monster, except during the next turn, you can banish one Cyrus monster from your graveyard, add one Cyrus tuner from your deck to your hand. So easily, Nabal and Sigma, those are your tuners, which is pretty nice. Then we got one Under the Clock Talker. I might switch this to Nightmare Unicorn if it doesn't work. The one Cerberus, the one Phoenix, the one Boros Sword, obviously. Then we got now Prime Mathmech La Plencia, or I call them Longitude. It requires 3 level 4 monsters. If a Mathmech card you control will be destroyed by card effects, you can detach one material from this card instead. See, it has the Return of the Dragon Lord's effect. Banish it. Nothing happens to all your dragons. If this card is XC summon, you can attach up to 3 materials from this card. Then choose that many effects you can effects. You cannot choose the same effect twice, and you can resolve them in the listed order, skipping any that were not chosen. So it reads: 1. Send one random card from your opponent's hand to the graveyard. 2. Send one monster your opponent controls to the graveyard. 3. Send one spell trap card to your opponent controls to the graveyard. And yeah, so easily you can activate any of these effects in any order, depending on that. If you only just use 2 or 3, whatever. But yeah, it's pretty good. I only run one copy, which is alright. I was running this at 2, but it doesn't show up that much overall. Then we got 2 copies of Prime Mech Alembergen, or I call it Algebraic for algebra. This requires 2+ level 4 monsters, meaning that it can go up to more level 4 monsters depending on how much you have on the field. So you can recur this. Right now, this card is at $30. In my opinion, it's not worth the $30. It's mostly like $20 in my opinion, or less, because this is basically a Gustav Emerald. That's how it's in. But let's just read the fact. Nope, sorry. You can trigger one monster, special summon one level 4 Mathmech monster from your hand or graveyard. If this card is XC summon, you can attach up to 2 to 4 materials from this card, then activate the approval effects of them. Number 1, two materials. Add one Mathmech. Excuse me, one Mathmech card from your deck to your hand. The other one is 3. Add a level 4 monster from your deck, which is very generic, which is good, but this can easily be killed by an Ash Blossom or an Effect Bailer or an Impermanence. That's it. I'm gonna say that. 4 materials. Add a spell or trap card from your deck to your hand. Again, it's not that powerful. This card is not that powerful because it does not have any protection as well. Yeah, you can protect it with some things here, but it's not that great of a card if it's not if it's Mathmech overall. yeah, it will work because you're summoning all the materials at the same time, and you can XC summon this with the trap card, and you can easily do it. But in general, if you can spam those monsters and they do not ash you, they do not failure you or impermanence you or even evenly match you, then yeah, or whatever. But 2 copies of this. I hope this card goes down to $15 or $20. Then I'll be buying that. Then we got 2 copies of Mathmech Magma. Really cool card, I gotta say. He's level 8. Requires 1 tuner and 1 non-tuner. This is easily, you can use Sigma or Nabal and any other Mathmech level 4, so you can make him. This card is really good because it has, when this card destroys a monster by battle, meaning that even if he attacks or they attack him, it triggers. You can target up to 2 cards your opponent controls, destroy them. If this card is destroyed by battle or by its own or by this card's owner's possession is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can add 1 Mathmech spell tracker from your deck to your hand. Pretty cool because you can add equation, super factor, or induction. Really simple, really cool. I actually dig this card effect. Then for our last synchros, we play 2 copies of Mathmech Final Sigma. Love this guy, love his effect, love everything about this guy. He is your big boss monster. He's the guy who's gonna just ping you out like that. So it requires one non-tuner monster, 1 tuner and 1 non-tuner monster. He's a level 12, meaning that you need 3 Mathmech monsters or 2 Mathmech monsters, depending if you have multiplication, Nabal, or Sigma on the field. Excuse me. It reads unaffected by card effects except for Mathmech cards while this card's in the extra monster. While this card's in the extra monster zone, he's unaffected. It's sometimes hard. The only way to destroy this thing is by battle, and sometimes you can easily bump his attack like crazy. It's pretty cool. If this card is in the extra monster, battles an opponent's monster. Any battle damage inflict, it's double, which is crazy. I love it. I love it. And the other fact, if this card is destroyed by a battle by opponent's card effect is destroyed, you can add 1 Mathmech card from your deck to your hand, which is pretty nice. You can add any Mathmech one. Obviously, because if they destroy this by battle and you did successfully synchro summon this, you can use equation to special summon back with 4,000 of attack, and that's why it has that effect. If it's destroyed by battle by card effect, if it's destroyed by card effect in the main monster zone, well, it can trigger the effect and add a Mathmech card. It's pretty nice. Then for the side there, we got 2 inductions. The second super faction, 3 evenly matched the sword. I call it the this is the Mathmech Billion Blade. 3 signed backdoors. This is the budget version for signed mining. The third equation. These 2 were just like there. I have to like change these and other things, but yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this really weird video that I made, and hope you like, comment, subscribe. I will be making the live version of this overall, and yeah. So guys, I hope you like this video so much. Comment, subscribe, whatever, and thanks for watching. Bye.